The ink is barely dry from President Biden's signature on the latest stimulus plan. Already, many are wondering how the money can be used. The Mahoning County engineer admits he could easily find ways to spend it. First News reporter Nadine Grimley explains.
With the prospect of tens of millions coming to Mahoning County, engineer Pat Giannetti is already thinking of where it could be spent.
There's a lot we can do with that between roads, bridges, and culverts. I could easily spend all $44 million, overnight.
Language provided by lawmakers suggests money from the new American Rescue Plan be used for water, sewer, and broadband infrastructure, so long as it does not offset tax cuts or boost pension plans. Still, there are unknowns.
Is it going to be just straight money, here you go, or is it going to be like a grant where there's a local match component to that?
The package does include $350 billion to cover lost revenues tied to the pandemic. Youngstown alone lost $2.5 million from 2019's income tax collections to last year's and is projecting a further decline in 2021. In Mahoning County, the budget director is still compiling figures but anticipates court fees, bed taxes, and casino revenues all decreased. However, officials admit sales taxes were not down so much as not generating what they could have. Commissioners believe the county could have collected $1.6 million more had the pandemic not occurred. Language in the rescue plan indicates reductions like that can be blamed on COVID-19 may be replaced.
We want to help communities that have been hurt, who have lost revenue, and need it.
But Ryan is also quick to admit the bulk of the rescue plan has little to do with expenses tied to the pandemic, but instead restores funding that's been cut over the last 30 years.
I don't think we should apologize for 1 second for finally making the kind of investments in the communities that they need.
Although details will be key to how the funding is used, and at this point money is still being spent from last year's CARES Act, these new funds need to be spent by the end of 2024. In Youngstown, Nadine Grimley, WKBN 27 First News.